What's up with everybody? It's your boy TexxGod. Hey, don't mind the lights and all of that. You know how we rock it. You already know I'm a referee to the truth. I'm a coach to positivity, and I believe with those two things, baby, working together in unison, there is no circumstance, situation we cannot conquer out here, especially when we're doing it together. Now, look, y'all. One of my biggest videos starting my YouTube was on Brother Polight. One of the better stories I believe I broke. I don't know what's going on with this light. Let me see if I can adjust something. Let me see. Nah, it is what it is. We're gonna rock it like this. One of my biggest videos was on Brother Polight. I have a clip here, man, where he says his charges for assault on a younger lady have been eradicated. He was very confident about that. I don't know if he was trying to mislead you guys and make it seem as if these things are standing, but that's not the case. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip for you. Leave a comment down below. Let me know how you feel about this young man and the way he's explaining this. And then I have another clip from you. Shout out Tonya TKO. Shout out Mr. Rec TV. I got these two clips from both of those people. I hope you guys don't mind if I use them. I only use the sample so please, if you want me to take it down, just holla at me. You ain't got to strike me. You know how we rocking over here. But I want you guys to actually see what's going on in this case, and I want to talk about a few things. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll this clip. Let's see what we can get out of this.
Both first-degree felony sexual assault charges have been dropped. Let's start it off with this conversation right here. Again, I won't be talking about the case specifically for all the right reasons. I have legal counsel. They're going to do what they got to do. What we are going to talk about is cyber defamation litigation. We are going to have a conversation about that. We are going to have a conversation about cyber defamation litigation. We are going to do that. And the reason why we're going to do this, because there's a lot of dishonest, wicked people out there. I've never seen nothing like this, where people literally prey on someone's demise. So I say it again. Both first-degree felony sexual assault charges have been eradicated. They're gone. Does this mean that there's no other fight? No, there's plenty of fight. They came up with new counts. Of course, nothing compared to those first-degree felonies, which is crazy, because that give you life or 30 years in prison early. You dig what I'm saying? So yes, we will be turning up later on the strength. We will be turning up later on the strength. Is there still a fight? There's still a fight. But it's very interesting because a lot of people spoke out of turn, jumped out the window, accused me of things that not even the prosecution can. If the things that people say on YouTube was accurate, I mean, God.
Okay, after watching that, man, this guy is losing it, bro. He's losing it. I believe he's delusional. He's beginning to lie to himself. I'm not sure what his lawyers are telling him or what's going on or how the communication is going between him and his big defense team. You know what I'm saying? He letting them do their job. Those charges ain't dismissed. When it says no action, shout out to Tonya TKO. I'm gonna play another clip. But when you know law and hey, come on, man. I've been in the system. I know people that have been in the system. Hey, look. Just because it say no action don't mean it's dismissed. It would say dismissed. It would say dismissed, bro. Do you understand what I'm saying? When it says no action, that means they have chosen not to take any action on those charges at the time. They still can be brought back up. He still can be formally charged and took into trial for those same charges. Those charges are just sitting. And they don't want to bring it up, take it to trial without having a tight due diligent process. They want their case to be, you know what I'm saying, wrapped tight. They want to make sure they got everything put together. You see what I'm saying? Before they try to present this to the judge or to the jury, they want things to be correct. Cause like it was said, he was never supposed to be released on bond in the first place. But you know how cops are, you know how they are, man. They try to rush to charge you without first doing all of the homework. They just want to charge you so quick that you know what I'm saying? Sometimes they miss shit. And when you got a good defense team and they miss shit, they gotta put that shit on the back burner. You see what I'm saying? They didn't already let this man out of jail on bond off the R charges. You already know what's going on. You say they dismissed. What I'm getting out of the 4 charges being added is that really, if they do not pursue the other charges, the first 2, the ones that carry 30, they're gonna try their best to make at least 2 of these, if not 4, all 4 plus the misdemeanor stick, and run these things consecutive, not congruent. Congruent means all together. Consecutive is one after the other. You feel me? So 15, 15, 15, 15, plus whatever the misdemeanor that he has holds. That's still life, bro. It's still life. I love the way you try to make it sound like it was minuscule to the things you are already facing, when it's essentially the same thing. The only thing with those other charges is 30 and up. These ones are 15 and up. So what if they choose to give you 30 on all 4 of these as the max? I don't know what the maximum is. I don't know what state it here in Florida. I believe it's in Florida. I don't know what their maximum is for those lesser felonies that they got going on. I'm not from that state. If you know, please let me know down below. 15 to what? I'm gonna go ahead and play this Tonya TKO clip. It's very informational to me. I feel like you guys can, you know what I'm saying, get some details, get some information, have things detailed to you, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And she has a lawyer on there speaking about the charges, telling you guys, breaking them down, exactly what's going on. So I want to bring this clip to you guys as well. Before I do that, you guys already know this is TexxGod TV. Won't you go ahead and subscribe right now, hit that like button. Let's get this video out here. I appreciate all my subscribers. But like I said, this is TexxGod TV. Here we preach and we teach hope, not dope. We try to inspire and motivate over here. Look, we're gonna go ahead and get into this clip. I'm gonna cut my my talking points short. You know how I come in with that. But you already know where we at. I want you guys to see this, and I'm gonna come back around with another round exactly how I feel about this next clip.
Nothing like this, where people literally prey on someone's demise.
You know something? I have to pause this. I have to pause this. You see the show he's putting on, right? You see him bombastically hollering out what but we showed you. I showed you the other day. I showed you that his charges, there were actually 4 more felonies added. So here, I'm going to show you this screen, right? So this is his information as it is shown on the public site for Miami, right? These are his charges, right? L&L, we went over this the other day, and we're going to ask the lawyer what it is that her professional opinion of these charges is. So we have L&L, child 12 through 16, so it's lewd and lascivious acts, molestation. MOL is the molestation of a child between the ages of 12 and 16. He has 2 counts of that, plus a lewd and lascivious conduct with a child under 16, right? As you see, these are felonies. Another felony was added, contributing to the delinquency of a minor. I'm sorry, that was a misdemeanor, contributing to the delinquency of a minor. And then we have lewd and lascivious acts by a person under the age of 16, by a person over the age of 18. And as you see, this is also a felony. So those are the 4 felonies. As you see, this is, I'll show you here. Let me move this over so you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 4 felonies plus a misdemeanor. And now, so what is he saying is dropped? The engaging with a child in a fellatio sex act between the ages of 4 and 14, which is a felony, it says no action. I'll show you. When they went to court, and you can look at the dockets, it says no action, right? And then the next one, I'll show you the next one. This one right here, which says sexual battery of a child of a victim between 12 and 17 by a person over the age of 18, which is a felony. It says no action. So we're gonna bring legal counsel back up on this screen, and we're going to find out from her. We're gonna find out from her, what does no action mean? What does no action mean? Oh, you have to unmute yourself. You have to unmute yourself. You're muted.
So, can you hear me? Yes. Yeah. So no action is not a dismissal. It's not an acquittal. It's where the state has opted to say, at this point, we are not going to pursue those charges. In most cases, that means that they probably will not pursue them, but it does not mean that they cannot. It is not the same as when there's a dismissal with what we call with prejudice. Mm-hmm. And when we have a dismissal with prejudice, that means this is like what we call the double jeopardy standard. And that means that they can never bring it up again. When they've opted to say, we have no action at this time, we're going to leave this alone right now. And that usually means we have a procedural or technical issue that at this point we feel that this case is not strong enough. And in a few seconds, I'm going to explain why. So we're going to lay low on these 2 charges right now. But they do reserve the right. And in fact, they can bring those particular charges. They have 175 days, which is a little under half a year in the state of Florida, to bring those charges up again. Now, the battery case is the RA, I won't say.
Right, the R word.
Because I know the R word, the forcible case. The other one is the statutory R case. Okay. So both of those cases are, if you watch Tonya's broadcast of the bond hearing, when she kept saying PBL, punishable by life, the 30-year charges, those are those 30-year charges. Those are the more serious felonies. The other felonies that are not no action that you see on that docket, which are 15-year felonies, those that are still standing, those 30-year felonies that are no action, that are still sitting there, that they could still opt to prosecute, are not gone forever. They are not dismissed. They are not dropped. And if you listen to that full video, the prosecutor clearly says she is planning to file motions on those charges. And his defense attorney went on and on about, oh, judge, those are not before us right now. She is bringing those up improperly, which quite honestly she was, because she hasn't filed those motions. But she's reserving her right to file motions on those later, because as she stated, he should have never received bond on those. He should have been kept in jail on those in the first place. And probably there are some technical things that either the police or the prosecutor should have done. They didn't have their stuff together to make those charges tighter. So when he says those charges were dropped, they were not. They probably were a little sloppy. They probably didn't have all their ducks in a row. But it is possible that those 2 stronger felonies, those 30-year charges, he could still be charged on at some point. So what stands now is he has 2 no action charges, which could be revived at some later point, right? He still has the 4 felonies, which are 15 years a pop, which could be consecutive, which means it could be 15 plus 15 plus 15, or concurrent, which means we're going to do all 15 years at the same time, plus the misdemeanor, which was actually charged earlier. And he has bond on all of them. And right now, and all of those hearings are up in December, but everybody wait and see, because the prosecutor has already said she's planning to file motions on those charges to strengthen the original charges. So,
oh, wow.
Yes, if you go back and listen to the video you played of the bond hearing, she is planning to file some more motions to strengthen those charges.
Oh, so wow. Okay.
Oh, it's dropped.
Now look, after watching that, it basically said everything I said. You know what I'm saying? Those 2 charges are being held. They could be brought back up, and he can be charged, and he could be incarcerated behind those charges still. They're not dismissed. I just wanted you guys to know that, just in case he tricked anybody, put any false information out there. I mean, he says he's already suing the YouTubers that's speaking on him. So I'm just trying to make sure you guys get the truth, the full case as it unfolds. From what I know, you see what I'm saying? This is alleged charges. I mean, everything is, well, it's not alleged charges. The R word is alleged. The charges are real. The charges are real. It's 2 charges being held off on right now. Like I said earlier in my last video, I was speaking on Gravity Takeout before I got this information. Shout out Tonya TKO. I usually watch you, but I checked you out today, and I see you on your shit. So salute to Tonya TKO. But like I said in my last video, Gravity Takeout, man, you got 2 daughters. He has 2 daughters. You know what I'm saying? If he's watching this, but it just doesn't stop there. And I said something that this guy, you know, Gravity is emotionally invested. He has daughters, and I said I could feel some pain from that, but I can't really feel his pain entirely. But you know what? After sitting down and thinking about it, man, when I sit down and I think about the women that I dated in my lifetime, and the stories that and the conversations that we had, I would like to say 80%, 80 to 70, let's say 70 to 85%. I'm not sure. These women were sexually molested, were raped, were touched in inappropriate places. And most, 9 out of 10, these people were people that was family in the household. I say that to reiterate, I guess, my emotional standing and my connection to this case. I look at somebody, this is hard for me to discuss, I'm sorry. It's confrontational if I even want to put this on here, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it, you know. Mom, I hope you understand this is just purely for informational purposes. These for people that went through the things you went through. The need to stand up and say something now. My mother was sexually molested by my great-grandfather. I love my great-grandfather to death. He taught me so many things in my life. It was never revealed to me until after his death. My mother spent her whole entire life silenced, without saying anything about the things that she'd been through. And when I think about cases like Bill Cosby's case, you know, shout out to Bill Cosby, because I don't know if they're lying on him, because there's so many people that they want to lie on. You got him, you got R. Kelly, when they find out his contract was voided because he couldn't read or write. I don't know if these people just don't want to pay these people. You see what I'm saying? So when it comes to celebrities, it's a difference. A lot of these celebrities are owed a ton of money from these contracts, and when these companies and these organizations don't want to pay, they try to send these guys to jail for absolutely no reason. But in my mother's case, she's not no celebrity. My great-grandfather is not no celebrity. And my mother was molested in the R word or whatever it may be, and by my great-grandfather. She didn't have the courage to say anything about it before he passed. If you watching this and you going through these same type of things, and your family is molesting you, doing things that your own will, out of your own will, you wouldn't do, threatening your life if you do say anything, I inquire you and I beg you urgently to reach out, talk to somebody, get help, let it be known. This is your life, and you can take control of your life. I mean, it hurts me to what my mother had to go through. You know what I'm saying? And to know that I love that man to the day he died, as if none of these things ever happened. You see what I'm saying? And to find out these things after he passed away. We gotta start holding these people accountable while we're alive. And I just beg that you do whatever it is, man. You take the little bit of courage or whatever it is inside of you to speak out and do what's right, because there's people under you that need you to speak, that need you to tell your pain and your traumatized situations, things that you've been traumatized by. I mean, they need you to tell your story, and they need you to speak out. And we need these people to be held accountable, because these people need to know that they're not the only ones going through this, and that they've been threatened the same, and they've been spoken to the same, and they've been done wrong the same as you. And they need to know that they can see somebody get through it and get out of it. Speak up. We're here for you. The culture is here for you. Shout out to anybody that's ever been through anything like that in their life. This is the message I wanted to give to you guys today. Shout out to all my subscribers. As you guys already know, this is TexxGod TV. Here we preach and we teach hope, not dope. We try to inspire and motivate the hope dealers. Rid this world of the dope dealers, you know what I'm saying? We try to inspire and motivate the hope dealers and get rid of the dope dealers. There's much more out here for you guys. My next video will be about Kwame Brown. I watched his last video. Be careful or be safe in Atlanta, or whatever the title was. Shout out to you, Kwame. He said some major points that I want to touch on. Is be useful in the room. Then he also went to another point that I'm going to speak on in my next video. Both of these will be in my next video. Be useful in the room. Find your use in the room. And step away from the table. And he said, not the dinner table, but the table of women. Find yourself. Find what you want out of life. Find what you want out of a woman first, before you start giving your all, because you can end yourself in a terrible situation. And as he said, he's been through crazy things, and he has stories that he could tell, and so do I. And so do a lot of upstanding men that I know in my life. So, this is a message for you young kings out there, man. Stay focused. Don't let nobody knock you off your pivot. Much love to everybody out there. If you was here, one thing I know for sure is that you was meant to be here, and if you was meant to be here, I know you care. So why don't you go ahead, like, subscribe, and share this on all platforms. Let's get these messages heard. There's people out here that's hurting. There's people out here in pain. There's people out here that want to speak out. Let's give them a voice. Peace.